Finally getting around to doing my review on The Housemaid is Watching by Freida McFadden. This is the third and final book in the Housemaid trilogy, and honestly, I enjoyed it. Now, when we met Millie in the first Housemaid book, she was fresh off a 10-year prison sentence. So from the age of 17 to 27, she was incarcerated. And when I found out why she got incarcerated, I don't think she should have done 10 minutes in prison. You know what I'm saying? But she got through it. She did the time and didn't let the time do her. And now she's moving on to the next phase of life. We've watched Millie come from prison to being homeless and living in her car. She got a job as a housemaid where she was living in the family's attic to getting her own little small apartment. In this phase in life, she is married with 2 kids. She's no longer a housemaid. She's a social worker, and she's bought her dream house in Long Island. I mean, she is the definition of started from the bottom and now she's here. I mean, I'm proud to see the growth of Millie, and I'm cheering for her. Now, the house and the neighborhood are beautiful. They love it. Millie is happy. The neighbors, not so much. Millie loved her neighborhood. She loved her home, but her neighbors, not so much. The neighbors were kind of weird acting, kind of nosy. One of the main neighbors had a real mean girl personality, and it just wasn't very warm and welcoming. It brought a whole nother set of problems to her life. I really did not like her neighbors at all. They were not very neighborly. But the neighbor that pisses me off the most, it was the mean girl neighbor, Suzette. She's real like bougie and condescending towards Millie. So Millie she takes pride in her home. You know, she's worked hard, she's happy, but every chance the neighbor gets, she kind of kicks her down and lets her know that her house is bigger or better. She has bigger and better things, you know. But her husband, the neighbor's husband, total opposite type of guy. He appears to be a very nice guy, humble, kind of like some opposites attract, but they never should have attracted. Kind of like she had some type of puppet or something. I don't know. But the mean girl neighbor, I guess she's kind of attractive. She got some sex appeal, and she's flirtatious with Millie's husband. Millie never really had issues with her husband, and now he's starting to stay out late, or she thinks he's one place and he's not there, and she's finding her husband spending time with the neighbor, and she's dressed, lightly with some cleavage out and stuff, and it's just all type of issues are coming with that. Now her son, who's normally like a social butterfly and can blend in and get along with everybody, his attitude and his mood has just changed. His demeanor changed like that. He's did a total 180. Something has happened that's changed her kid. I mean, it's just as life starts settling in there, twists start twisting, and yeah, I really enjoy it. I don't want to give too many spoilers or anything. I didn't predict the twist. I didn't predict the twist and what was coming. Um, and I really appreciated how this final story brings Millie's story from the beginning full circle. It all connects at the end of this story, and I think it was put together really well. I really enjoyed it. I know some people were like, "Oh, well, it's kind of slow, and it's not enough." Millie is not fresh out the pen anymore. She is a wife and a mother now. I didn't expect like a 400-page slasher thriller. My husband's out at night, so throats are about to be cut. I didn't expect it. I think it played out just how it should. But one thing I do think is like, yeah, this may be the end of Millie's housemaid story, but it kind of set up, maybe potentially a chapter is going to unfold for her kids because some of the twists involved her daughter and her son without me saying too much. So yeah, man, if you want to do another video, if y'all want to do like some spoilers and stuff and go into details on some of these scenarios, I'm definitely down with it. I don't want to spoil it. So if you haven't read the first one, you need to start there and catch up, man. But overall, I'm gonna have to give the book a 4.25 or 4.5. I really enjoyed it. I recommend it to everybody.